My name is Lou Tomasso, and I operate the L&L Pittenger farm in Green Township, New Jersey, about 20 minutes from here. We raise livestock that we have processed and sell as individual USDA cuts. The Pittingers own 180 acres, and I rent now about another 20 to 25 acres from other landowners that we either use to grow hay, corn, or pasturing our animals on. I got tired of what I was doing back in New York, so we sold both our businesses, one in 1999, the other one in 2001, and I came out here to build our home, and took a couple of years off, and then evolved into this crazy business that I'm in now. You've got to find a niche market. I mean, anybody could go to the local grocery store, whether it's a ShopRite or Weis, and they could always definitely get everything cheaper someplace else. But they have to understand about our products, and our products, how it's raised, what we feed it with, you know, right down to the water and the fresh air and stuff like that. And we can't compete with the large grocery stores. I mean, they could buy stuff for 1/3 of the price that it cost us just to raise it. So it's just not an easy task. You know, very time consuming. There's always projects going on. If all I had to do was manage and feed the animals, probably would only take about 1/3 of the amount of my day. But you know, building new corrals, putting up fencing, doing maintenance on the fields, reestablishing new fields, whether you're planting corn or putting in new grass or alfalfa fields, that's where it takes a lot of your time. But you work in a 12, 14-hour day because there's all the other things that you have to take care of. Nothing ever breaks until you have to use it. So you get ready to go out and mow hay and the tractor's broken or the baler's broken. It's just the way it works. It's a long day. We grow most of our own feed, and what we don't grow we buy from other local farmers. We don't feed our animals any processed or pelletized feed. It's just something we believe in. We try to buy our small animals from other local farmers as well. Right now we're starting to raise a lot of Berkshire pork. At this time in my pig area, in separate pens and stuff like that, in the barnyard we have almost 70 pigs at the farm at this time. We've got 35 to 40 cows, 30 to 35 sheep and lambs, and about 7 or 8 goats. And then this week we're going to start chicken. We just ordered 100 chicks, and this should be in about a week or so, and probably 6 to 8 weeks from now we'll start with our first batch of 100 chickens. Again, it's natural. We do not feed our animals any steroids, hormones, or antibiotics. If we do have a sick animal, we will treat a sick animal, and unfortunately what you treat a sick animal with will be a combination of one or of all the above, of a steroid, a hormone, or antibiotic. But we'll take that animal off the line for 2 and 3 times the withdrawal period that's recommended. So just feel it's inhumane to have an animal suffer there when you don't have to let it suffer. Well, as I understand an organic farmer to be, an organic farmer is one that follows the organic principles and has to be doing those principles for 3 years minimum before he can be certified as organic. We're natural because we're not organic 100% of the time. I mean, I'll have fields that for 3 or 4 years will be considered organic, and then we get an infestation of a bug or a heavy weed growth, and we'll have to treat that field to eliminate those bugs and or weeds, and then I'll take that out of being organic for another 3 or 4 years. So again, I never proclaim to be organic, I proclaim to be natural. With the feed that we grow and produce for our animals, you could go into the feed bags and you could put your hand in there, you could smell it, you could eat it if you wanted to, you could see the bits of corn or soybean or oats, you could look in our bales of hay, see the alfalfa or the fresh grass in there as well. So anything that we're feeding our animals, we can eat ourselves. They're on a vegetarian diet. We don't feed any animal byproducts. Our pigs, for instance, they'll eat a steady diet of soybean, oats, corn, and a little bit of hay, and we'll also get some vegetables from some of the local farm stores. Not that they're rotten, but they got a little bit of a blemish in them, or maybe the tip is not fine, and somebody doesn't want to sell it to their retail customer. Just recently we found out that the pigs love cucumbers. They just enjoy eating cucumbers. So every day they might get a cucumber or two to enjoy themselves. One of the big things that I find to be very, very important in the meat absorbs the flavor and the smell of what the animals are eating. And although you want them to drink water from a stream, fresh water from the well, it seems to be a better product for them. We had just recently, we sell some meat to a restaurant called Restaurant Passionel in Montclair, and actually tomorrow night we're going there for dinner as well. And Mike buys a lot of stuff from us, and he used a bunch of our lambs just recently for a dinner that he put together in Manhattan. And it must have been just the right time of the year that there was wild onions or scallions growing in the field, because when Mike processed the animal, he says you could just smell the onion. He wanted to know what field that those animals were being raised in. So it's just, you know, they are what they eat. They eat good, we eat good, they taste good.